Cracking the Code viewers, this is a quick test of our brand new live streaming setup here in the Cracking the Code studio. That is correct. What you are watching now is in fact live, or as live can be in the world of the inner tubes and pixels. There's probably some live broadcast delay in here, but in fact I am sitting here right now, although slightly in the future from what you are hearing. And what's very exciting about this for us is we are testing out a brand new system that took us several months to put together, using a variety of high-quality cameras, mics, and a broadcast application called Mimo Live, all together, which provide an incredible level of broadcast quality that, in actuality, rivals the level of quality we get from our actual pre-recorded studio productions. How crazy is that? The days of postage stamp, live broadcast, tiny little low-res things with swishy sounding underwater, low bitrate MP3 style audio, those are long behind us. And we're now entering the era of do-it-yourself, near TV quality broadcast, which is really amazing for us because we do music, right? Like the voice cancellation, the noise cancellation that you get on a typical Skype call is just not acceptable. If somebody's going to call in with a question and you want to hear what they're playing, you want a nice, clear, you want to be able to hear that, right? A typical Skype call would just drown that right out. But here, with this new setup, you can actually hear that even acoustically. And of course, once I start playing, that is our standard studio rig. That's the Cornford Hellcat over there, live, mic'd up in the corner, going into Logic and then feeding out in true TV broadcast style to the inner tubes. How awesome is that? Not only this, but the Mimo Live software actually has built-in group calling, like what you would get with Google Hangouts or with Skype, but with no extra hardware or software required. In other words, we can do this all on one machine, which, and in our testing, we spent months testing this kind of thing. I've rigged up a setup here with another machine, feeding a Skype video feed into the broadcast machine, feeding the monitoring audio back to the Skype machine so you can hear what I'm saying. And it kind of works, but it's just a nightmare, and it's complicated, and it's expensive, and it's annoying to set up. Here, we've got this all running in one application. And I didn't even know, a month ago, I didn't even know this software existed. If I sound like a commercial here, I apologize, but actually I have no affiliation with these guys at all. I just stumbled across the software. It works amazingly well. And we've actually been communicating with the developers there to get the audio side of this working, and they just enabled this high quality audio mode the other day. So not just for the broadcast feed, but also for the multi-party web calling feed. So in other words, even the web callers calling in right through the software will get this level of vocal clarity and the acoustic, non-drowned out, no noise canceling kind of effect, which again is exactly what we want to get into. What we want to start doing more of is actual live stream broadcast type of things of the typical interviews that we do. Now that the quality level is up there, why not just do the interviews, right? Well, if that's the case, how would we in fact launch such a thing? I don't know. Who do we know? Who do we like? Well, we put our heads together and we came up with the following idea. And we are very excited to announce that on March 10th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, none other than Michael Angelo Batio himself will be stopping by the Cracking the Code studio for a live stream broadcast interview, which we'll be doing to YouTube. We're going to do this one for everyone, because it was the support of all of you that helped us get to where we are. We're going to just shoot this thing out over the inner tubes. And this is really exciting because it's been like 10 years since I've sat down with Mike. And in the interim, I have learned so much more than I knew the first time. And I thought I knew a lot when I talked to him the first time. So it's going to be really cool to cover some of these topics with him that in a level of directness, let's say, that we didn't do back then because I was still trying to figure it all out. But now we can ask him questions about some of the techniques he uses. The two-way pixelanting is sort of famous, the way that he bridges and does the picking. We're going to try and get a better look at that. Of course, we're going to put the magnet, we put one of these on his guitar, which is really cool. And we will, just like this, ta-da, look at how awesome that is. The last time I met him, I had like a 5-pound metal thing with wire coming out. It's unreal that the guy was able to play with all that stuff strapped on to his guitar But such is the wonder of Mike and his incredibly consistent technique. So now we have a much cooler way of grabbing that exact kind of footage. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to, of course, edit this stuff, and we're going to make that available for the subscribers. So if they want to get a download or just look at the slow motion footage in more detail and kind of step through it, that's what they get. But we're going to do the broadcast itself live to the YouTubeses. And we're going to use the calling feature, the Mimo Live multi-call feature. So if you have questions for Mike, we're going to try and take a few calls. So get those questions ready. And the way it's going to work is real simple. We're just going to, you can just send us an email to support@troygrady.com. And then it's very simple. We just hit reply, we send you the link, and then you pop right in. It just opens up in your browser. You don't need any special software. You'll get a dialog that asks you what camera you're using and what mic you want to use. Like if you have a webcam plugged in, you can choose that. If you have a high quality mic plugged in or your headphones, you can choose that. And then boom, you're off and running, and we can talk to you. We can go split screen just like a news broadcast. It's going to be really awesome. So get your questions for Mike ready. And we look forward to doing more of these kinds of things down the line. It's the ability to do this is as empowering, I think, as the ability to record playing in this level of detail. The tools are in our hands. It's up to us to do amazing things with them, and we're not waiting around for anybody to hold up a cue card. Like, we're ready to dive right in. So anyway, awesome stuff coming up. Thanks so much for watching, and this has been, I don't know if there's comments or how many people are watching this. I can't really see that right now. What does it say? It says, oh, concurrent. We have 227 people watching. Okay. YouTube gives you a little dashboard with this kind of thing, and then it says total view time 17 minutes. That's pretty cool. All right. So the live sort of broadcast dashboard of this is I'm not super familiar with, or how it works, but I guess we'll learn more over time. We've been so mired in getting the technical end of this set up and getting it working that we haven't even really looked at the live broadcast kind of end of it. So we may need, we may get the whole team down here to kind of moderate and look at questions and comments as they come in. That'll make life easier. Otherwise, it's a whole new world out there, people. Amazing stuff. Thanks so much for watching. Stop. Yes, okay. See ya.